Good evening, this is Chef Andros. I will build my 100th model. I will say it again, I have built 99 ship models and this is the number 100. And I chose a fishing boat. This is the kit of Artesania Latina Carmen 2. Oh, and my cousins say hello. I'm showing you the plans. We are in my shipyard here in Nicosia. As I told you before, very simple tools. I have nothing professional. This is my Dremel and another drill that I bought from a supermarket. Nothing expensive. Here are most of my tools. Some rasps, some thread saws. Very simple tools. I have nothing professional. So this is how I'm going to make my model. So I have a few hours of work on my model, and I chose to show you the model at this stage, so that when you start the model, I have a few friends from around the world watching. So I will show you the ship at this stage. When I put the frames onto the kelson, I saw that the keel was arched. It was like that. So if I had it on a very flat surface, from end to end, it had 1 centimeter of gap in the middle. Now, how did I make it absolutely straight? This is what I will tell you. So, what I did, I glued the center of the kelson. I put glue on the kelson, and then when I put the deck, I put nails on the 2 ends here and here, and I pressed in the middle so I would feel the central frame to be in equal position in the middle. So this probably fixed the problem by 60%. It still had a gap in the middle. So what I did, and what this is my advice to the new modelers, it is very important to have an absolutely straight keel below. Okay? Just like that. Like you are aiming when you are shooting, when you go hunting. That the gun has to be straight. Okay? So this keel, it has to be straight. So what I did, I moistened a few of the planks, a few of the beams, and when you moisten them, they expand a little bit. So on the side that the curve was from the outside of the curve, I put 2 or 3 planks here and 2 or 3 planks here, and then I dried it on my central heating unit. And when the beams, they dried up, they pulled the 2 ends and it became straight. But then, as I told you before, when you are planking a hull, you have to put 1 beam on each side and then continue. In this case, I am following the instructions. Although I could do it without seeing this, I made it to the book so that you have to do it in the same way if you are a new modeler and you are not very sure. Of course, seeing the shape of the hull, I know how to start. But in this case, I did it by the book, so I show you how it will look. So you can see that it is absolutely identical on the two sides. Okay? And it is very important that when you start from here going downwards, and then from here going upwards. But in this case, because the back of the ship is like this, it was advising in the book so that we put strips in between. But of course, I had to count from here to here. So I just took smaller pieces of planks like that, and I measured 5, and I did the same on the other side. I nailed them briefly. Okay, so you see here I have room for 5 planks. Okay, so it will be the same on both sides. So I am going by the book. It is very important to open the mast holes from the very beginning. So I did that before I planked my deck. So when I put the deck plywood onto the ship, the first thing I did, I opened the holes. I used my Dremel. I used a round rasp. I did everything possible, and when I put the 2 masts, they were parallel, okay, and they were looking upright. So it was 90 degrees from each side, so it was going straight up. So this is, again, this is how you have to work. You put at any time 1 beam on each side. So this is the Carmen 2 model of Artesania Latina. I told you I made 100. This is the 100 model. I have a few more to do before I retire as a ship modeler. And of course, of the 100, it's about 50-50 scratch models and the kit models. I do not underestimate kit models. They just give you the materials, but you have to be careful and make a good result. Of course, you can give some elements of your character to each model. So in my models, I do things that that characterize me. So usually I never use any airbrush. I use ordinary brushes to paint. I don't use any varnish. I use just materials to maintain the wood for a very long time. I do age my sails so that they look old, and I have elements that when you see some of my models, you will recognize that this is made by Chef Andros. Incidentally, I am a cook. I am a chef. I was a restaurant owner. This is just a hobby. luckily, I will make about 10 more ships before I put my kitchen into the order as it was 20 years ago. So thank you very much for watching. This is Chef Andros. I will see you later when the ship is progressed enough. Bye bye.